Hopefully that works for YouTube. I think everything should be going. Should be fine. We are going, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So funny. I just realized I didn't change my stream title. Coaching session Sage Ascent Solitary. Okay, everything's good. It's annoying that it comes out on announcements as well as live. I don't really know how to fix that. I might have to change how the bot works slightly. I don't actually know how to get it to work like that. Because I'm pretty sure it comes out like a video, so I don't really know. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We got a VOD to review. So this is Silver 3, Sage Ascent. Wait. I was confused for a second. Okay, so we're 1 round in. I didn't realize. I was gonna. Oh god, Rose Rich on pistol or something. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a cool knife actually. Oh, I remember that knife. It was on the battle pass, wasn't it? Oh, I didn't get it. And it was last battle pass. I didn't get it. I didn't play enough. Okay. Okay, so first things first. Obviously, the FPS isn't great. Wait, it's just not okay. Never mind. It's just on the recording. The FPS is bad because I can see your client FPS is like 500. You're chilling FPS wise. Okay, it's fine. Just doesn't look very good on my stream. On the stream. So buying the bulldog. Whoever region shows bulldog. I'm okay with it. The actual buy. I'm okay with the buy. Yeah, I'm okay with the buy. Never mind. You got full util, that's fine. I'm concerned with how we play though. Here, because we have our full util, and this is like our strong point with Sage, right? Is the wall and the slow, right? And the part that concerns me is, first of all, our crosshair placement isn't great, and secondly, we're going to play an on angle as someone that doesn't have a way to take the first fight very well. That makes sense. Like a Jet, for instance, would be fine taking this first fight, right? Because she can just dash away. In fact, she wouldn't be playing on the on angle. She would have walked past the angle. Then when they swing this way, they're not going to expect her, and then she can dash away. That kind of stuff, right? With Sage, you have like no tools to help you with this fight. If you're just going to take it head on like this anyway. So you wouldn't be trying to like, in this situation, I wouldn't be going for this. They do have worse guns, but this is like all the more reason you might lose to a sheriff on this angle, right? So for me, if you really want to play aggressive on this angle, you can go play like an off angle somewhere, like in this corner or something, and then wall. Because bear in mind, you're against they're like pistols, right? Your wall is super valuable on this round, right? Because they can't really break it very easily because they have to spend hours and hours basically to like break the wall, spend a lot of time to break the wall. So what I would do is I would value the wall quite heavily. You can play an off angle originally. Oh my god, you got kind of gifted that kill. You can like play like an off angle originally. Oh, this is super aggressive. This is way too aggressive. Play an off angle originally and then go like, once you get a curl or not, whatever, right, after taking the first fight, you can wall it up and then it's really hard for them to then play the game afterwards. But here is way too aggressive, even more so, right? We just got a kill, which means it's 4v5. Oh, I'm another highlighter. 4v5. We just got a kill, 4v5. We have a massive advantage right now. We have gun advantage across our team, and we also have 1 person dead on enemy team with 5 of us alive. There's no reason to go aggressive here. You're only giving them a chance to come back in this round by being aggressive like this. And obviously they're probably not going to expect this, and you're probably going to get a kill, at least 1. Okay, I thought someone would be here. Your crosshair placement wasn't very good there. I thought there's a chance that someone would have been close on your right. So, you know, you would have just died to them potentially by not having your crosshair placement there. Crosshair placement's also a bit low. Our crosshairs in the wall. So here, right, when we're like going around angles like this, we don't know where they are, right? You don't know where on the wall they're going to be, if they're going to be there. Or like it goes for like anywhere in this area, right? So our crosshair being in the wall is something you do. Like you put your crosshair in the wall when you're pre-aiming an angle and then you swing into the angle, right? That's when you put your crosshair in the wall. for the most part, you don't want to be doing that, right? You don't want to be putting your crosshair on the wall because your crosshair is essentially a dead crosshair at that point. It's not doing anything. Like, this crosshair is not doing anything, right? Because you're just looking at the wall in front of you. And it's the same here, right? You're pre-aiming angles while you're also exposing yourself to new angles that you don't know the information of. So you need to put your crosshair over here. Crosshair needs to be here, scanning the angle, right? As you go in the corner, you're going to scan the angle. You can do either one. So what you can do is you can do the one where you like stutter around the angle. So you place crosshair in wall, go across, and you sort of like go in like this pattern around the wall where you'll stop here, you'll stop here, you'll stop here, you'll stop here, and your crosshair will do like this. You're kind of like, actually it's kind of like this. It's kind of hard to explain it with me actually demonstrating it. But you kind of like go like this, right? Where what you'll do is you'll stutter, you'll aim into the wall, you'll go across, and then you'll aim into the wall again, and then you'll go across. You've probably seen a lot of people do that, but I wouldn't recommend doing that too much. I would recommend doing just scanning the angle if you don't know where they are. I think it's much easier for now, and it's not really that much. It's not really super important right now to know that skill, to have that skill. Much more important to just kind of get a grip with what we want to be looking at. That is crazy. Okay. That was very, very overly aggressive. I think if you're against better players, you wouldn't be getting these kills. You wouldn't get the Rhino kill, you wouldn't get this kill. They'd just be playing very, very differently to punish what you're doing. I mean, we're way more likely to punish what you're doing as well. Yeah, so once again, we're kind of just on the on angle. So this is even more... well, the thing is, you stand to lose a bit less here because you're against Vandals, right? Most likely. Because there were a lot of classics on every team. So you're going to be against Vandals here. So half and half, right? You're not really risking that much by taking a fight early. But at the same time, why are we taking this fight against a Vandal that's most likely going to have the advantage on us here? We kind of want to find a fight. Like, when you take a risk on an eco, it's not just like going face first into people, right? And just trying to take like that like low percentage chance that you'll win. It's more that you're taking a calculated risk that you wouldn't do if you were equal. Something like you would take like a certain pathing on the flank to potentially get an opening, right? This isn't like that, right? This is like you're like trying to get the low percentage chance that you beat someone one-on-one in a fair gunfight, right? We don't want to have a fair gunfight. The type of risk, a more comparable risk to what I've just mentioned, or what this is because I did say like the pathing, like flank pathing, is not really that applicable to like comparable to this. But what's more comparable is on an eco, imagine instead of you going here, if you played the off angle just to the left of you, that would be more of a risk because you're taking a risk by stepping out here, right? But you're giving yourself more of an advantage in the gunfight, more of an equaling advantage. Right now, what you're doing is just sitting in the on angle and just hoping for the best, basically. You're not even looking for that potential edge that you can get on eco by taking a risk, right? Because you're not really taking the risk in the normal sense. You're kind of just taking an uncalculated risk, like one that would like is just relying solely on mechanics, right? So I'll be very, very careful doing those types of. Do those types of those peaks. Don't really need to be doing them on the on angle like that, especially as Sage. Yeah, I mean, we should just be aware that there could be someone up here. Also, as well, like, I understand because you did like a fairly big rotation, right? I think as soon as you get to like this point, you need to be, because when you put your knife out, you shouldn't be looking anywhere else other than the map, right? That's what the only place you're going to be looking is the map when your knife is out, right? Because you can't do anything. There's no, you can't throw util, you can't shoot, so might as well just have your eyes on the map, right? So you know for a fact that they could be up here. So I think around here you should be getting your gun out. And in over such small amounts of space, like this amount of space, the gun and the knife will have comparable movement speeds. Because over a short amount of time, the gun, like the difference between the two don't really matter that much. But yeah, yeah, I would say I'd be surprised if you won that. Just overall, we were very unaware of where they could be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to open Notepad. Hopefully, let me just quickly open Notepad. Sorry, flashbang. Oh my god, I've got like nowhere to put it now because I've got two chats open. Oh well, I'll just put it here and just hope for the best. I can put it here actually because I don't need to see this. The one thing I need is, so I'm going to type, what am I doing? My brain just had, brain just stopped working. Look at map. Look at map. Forced. Knife out. Awareness. There's like some of the, that's like probably the main thing I'm gonna pick up on. And I'm gonna do on angles versus off angles as well. On versus off angles. Just some notes for me at the end to talk about, and what you can do to like fix those a bit more. Don't need to look at your teammates. It's fine.
Smokes can block reloading.
Good skin choices, honestly. Some base skin choices. I'll be honest. Absolutely based. Yeah, once again, don't really like you being on the on angle instantly. I haven't seen you press a single one of your abilities, I don't think. I'm pretty sure right now you're playing CS. Or something like that. You're definitely not playing Valorant right now. Or at least not someone with abilities anyway. Yeah, because once again, like we're just saying on that, I would avoid doing that. The only agents I would do that on. Okay, actually that's a lie. I would do it on some agents, other than the ones I'm meant to mention. But if you want to do these types of fights, you need to be playing things like Jet, Chamber. There's probably other ones that are escaping me right now. But Jet and Chamber are the main two that I think about when I'm doing this. Rainer, I guess, as well. Like, ones that can take first fights, not so much Clove. Ones that can take first fights and not have the risk of getting traded. So, like, ones that can step out into this off angle and give yourself an advantage. And then still, like, dash away, TP away, whatever. If you want to do this, that's fine. Play those agents if you want to do that. The problem is here, like, yeah, I just wouldn't. Sorry, my brain just work. What I wanted to say, sorry, was you can do this on your agents, on like Sage, on other agents, right? That aren't TP dashes, whatever. Well, you have to pick the rounds correctly, right? You have to pick rounds where you think that they're gonna disrespect this angle, so then you walk into the angle. I wouldn't just straight up play the on angle. This is very rarely a good idea to just straight up play this off angle. You can, sorry, on angle. I would do this maybe with like an operator or something, but like just straight up playing it like this is like a ego check type thing where like, yeah, it's just way too aggressive. Okay, I don't mind the play, but what I would have done here is just like connect the wall up. I think if you can, pretty sure if you can connect the wall up with this box, you don't make sound dropping onto it. But maybe you're trying to get onto the top box, which I'm pretty sure is not. Is it possible? I don't actually know if it's possible or not. It might be. A bit too much movement potentially. Yeah, a bit too much movement. I'm not sure if shutting the door is the correct play either, because what you've done here is you've you like separated yourself from Brimstone. So Brimstone would love some help right now, is what I'm guessing. Because they're coming from here. And I don't mind you walling this, but just wall it and then go help Brimstone, right? Because this essentially now acts like a tripwire. You've essentially tripped the choke point. That basically means that they're going to run to the choke point and have to break the wall. So they're going to give you the information that they're breaking the wall. So then you don't need to be actively watching this. So I would just wall that and go help Brimstone. Because right now what you're playing like really isolated. You're just like leaving Brimstone on an island for no reason, basically. Actually, we do even have the information. We know they're mid, right? From the gunshots? No? We heard people main, actually. We saw the eye, because our knife is out and our util is out, so we should be looking at the map anyway. This is when you should be looking at the map. I mean, the running across is scary as well, right? Because you didn't look at this just. Like, someone could have just walked up there and shot you right now. That was also scary. Person dies B, but we know they're not actually lurking because Sage is trading. Still too much movement. We should just choose where we want to go. Like, we're not really thinking about what we're doing because we're just moving around and doing random things. That's what it feels like. The play now is to literally just to hunker down A, and just try and get one or two. Try and sit in a weird position. This is not really a good enough position to be sitting in, I don't think. This is a very easy position to not even get one kill in, I think. Maybe two. You should always be looking for like forward at the door here. There's no reason to look anywhere else. I mean, technically you can look behind you towards heaven because I can walk all the way around for free, but it's super unlikely based on where they were just. So you can look at the door for like another 10 seconds and you probably look behind yourself. You end up peeking. Yeah, we weren't really ready for that. Yeah, so we walk peeked as well. So bear in mind that when you're peeking things, you can be silent and peek things at the same time. You can take like 1 step or 2 steps and be silent. Be completely silent. So you want to make sure you try and find that sweet spot. I would recommend going into the range and practicing like doing those silent 2 steps, like around corners, around the bots, that kind of stuff. Just go into custom game and do it on this angle as well if you want to, that kind of stuff. And the actual aim itself, a bit low. And obviously, we opened up a bit too much compared to like what we were ready to fight. So if I wanted to peek this from this position, this corner here of the door would be in line with like around here somewhere. And then I would probably like open up more if I wanted to open up more and do this, right? I probably wouldn't be making this play anyway, but if I actually wanted to make this play, right, then that's what I would do. I would be splitting this up into like segments, right? This probably would be like around the segments, right? This segment here, it'd be like this, and then it'd be like this, and then it'd be like further on, right? Then keep going. That's what it would be like.
Last player standing.
The actual like aim itself here, you did like a flick, and then you like tried to correct. You were a bit off. That's fine. This is just like practice stuff. I think you just need to get more practice here. You actually didn't take too long to like. You like didn't instantly fire. You actually did you? Wait, you might have done. I can see a bullet here. 1 second. Oh, you kind of did. So you noticed there, and then as soon as like you started to react to her, like you started to react here, then you thought you were on her, I guess, because you did the flick, and then you shot as well as adjusting. So right here is the important movement here. We want to be shooting when we're on the head, right? So I wouldn't be shooting here, right? We can recognize we're not on the head. So we need to split up our our aiming, our movement into different motions, right? And do things either some things together, some things separately. So movement and aim are going to be things that you want to do together. So you want to be moving and aiming at the same time because you can do those things together, right? They're going to make you very, very fast. But you can't shoot and aim at the same time, in my opinion. You probably can. That's what flicks are, right? But they tend to be very situational and inconsistent. But if you generally what you want to do is you want to be making sure that when you're shooting, you're already on the target's head, right? That's generally what you want to do because it's very inconsistent to flick for every single kill. So generally what you want to do is you want to break up aim and movement, aim plus move into one, and then you do shoot, or you do stop. You stop moving after that, and then shoot, basically. Probably not the greatest of explanations, but yeah, there you go. I'm always open for questions anyway, so you know if I misexplain things, just feel free to message me about it or put it in general or something, because I'm not always the greatest at explaining things in English, and it's my only language, so so I'm just not good at explaining things really. Not always. Anyway. Okay, so we have a sheriff this round, I think. We end up going with the sheriff. We have regen shields. So I wouldn't go regen shields on ecos. So the reason why you don't go regen shields on ecos is because the best the best shield for your economy is going to be this shield. It costs the least. One of the reasons why. But the reason why the regen shield isn't very good economy wise is because it costs more. And on top of that as well, the most value you get from the regen shield is when you're expected to live through the round and use this extra 50. Obviously, you can technically use all 75 shields in one round, which is possible, right? But it's not usually going to be the main way it's going to be used, right? Usually, you're probably going to be dying within this 125, or maybe the next 125, right? Or the next 25 HP. So generally on an eco, you want to go here because you're not expected to live. You're not expecting to live through the round, so it makes more sense to go light armor. If you're expecting to live through the round, so this is like second round when you've won the pistol, this is a good time to go regen shield sometimes. Or like not all the time, or like sometimes, but like sometimes when it's actually good, when you think you're actually going to like survive the round. So for instance, if you're a duelist, it's going to probably be a tiny bit worse to go regen shield, but it also has some situations where it could be better. But for the most part, I think if you're playing a more sit-back role, while you haven't played like that yet, if you're playing something like a Sage, regen shield's quite good on those types of rounds. I wouldn't do it on this round. This round is like an eco, so you expect to die, so light shields. Or not really expected to die, shall we say? But like well, yeah, you are kind of. You're expected to lose. So yeah, I wouldn't really go regen shield. The wall is. I feel like there's a lot of commitment to this round. I need to see your money actually. I know you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Are you fine? Hang on 1 second. 5.1. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. You can use a wall here, I think. I don't actually know 100% what Sage's mass is off the top of my head. 400, 700. She has 700 by. So it's like what 4.6k. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine for a slow and a wall. Slow and a wall. Ooh, not ideal. Staying up there would have been great. The slow is a bit early. So what you want to do with the slow, like, think about your util as what it's like equal to in terms of enemy kills or your kills, right? So a wall won't always result in a kill because you're using it for other means. But for the most part, you should be trying to use your slows as equal to a kill. So there should be 1 kill, there should be 2 kills sometimes, right? Not always, but in these types of rounds, especially when you're like an eco round, you want to be treating these things as ways to get kills if you've got some to use. Because not always can you actually use these on ecos because sometimes you're just like that tight on money. But if you have one, like in this round, you have a wall, you have a slow to use. So I would try and use the wall in a way that you can use it to delay, but for the most part, like if they're breaking the wall at like the first 5 seconds of the round, it's not going to delay too much. Maybe enough for like some rotations, but it's probably not going to mean much, especially at this elo. Because generally time gets more and more useful as you get higher up in the elos. When you're lower down, people don't make use of this time anyway. So I wouldn't really worry too much about stalling people. Try and get kills with these walls. Use grim walls as well. Like grim walls, put yourself over the top of things in weird situations, like weird angles. That can be a good way to get kills on ecos because people will not be ready for the fight they're going to take. Otherwise, you can do, and even then, like the wall can be equal to multiple kills in that situation. And then once again with the slows, right? Try and use it as a way to, for instance, if they have a jet, then have a jet. But if someone's like about to come out, that's a good time to slow because it might not slow the first person, but it will slow the next 2 people that will come and trade the first person. So you've got to kill for free because the people can't trade because they're slowed. Like that kind of stuff is like really important to think about with your utility. Because right here, this slow doesn't really do anything, right? The slows doesn't really do anything because they're not going to come through yet. They're just spraying the wall. They're taking a bit of time to like maybe wait at the smoke. Is she coming through? No, she's not. Because for me, like the wall is broken now, right? Now it's broken, I'm pretty sure. Instead of it being slowed right now, if this Reyna put this eye down, first of all, the opposition's a bit not great for the slow anyway, but you could look for a slow right after that flash, or like what you could be doing better yet, right? Is if you like sit dice, or maybe you sit on top, but sit on dice. For this example, sit on dice and slow when you see the flash come through, because someone's going to come forward, and then the rest of the team are going to be stuck behind the slow if you place the slow correctly, right? The right timing. And the alternative is like we sit on top of here, right, and we don't throw anything, and we just hope that they don't check us, basically. Especially as well, these types of angles on top of the box, which we almost played in, I think we just kind of fell off by accident, are really good angles because there's no detection on the enemy team. The only detection they have is Killjoy turret technically, although it's very unlikely to spot you on top of this box. And the other one is Cypher Cam, which is pretty likely to spot you on the box if he decides to use it here. He might not though. I think a lot of the time they won't. It's very unlikely that Cypher uses... Wait, they didn't break the wall? Did they break the wall? They didn't break it? Okay. You actually repelled them by just placing the wall there, which is crazy. That shouldn't really happen.
Last player standing.
So you all your team dies.
Last player standing.
The objective now is just do as much damage as possible until the round becomes winnable. That's a good shot. We took our time a bit. It was a good shot. Just that one thing. This is a flick, right? This is a flick. You took the shot and aimed at the same time. You can see that, right? Just bearing that in mind, that's a flick, right? So it's very good. It's going to be inconsistent to land those types of shots. The shots you see that good players take, they're not landing clips. Not landing clips. I just read the clip caption. They're not landing flicks all the time. A lot of them are doing like counter strafing and doing the stop aim. They're doing moving and aiming at the same time, stopping to shoot, right? But they're doing very, very quickly, so it looks like flicks, but they're not. I mean, there are exceptions. There are tens flicks a lot, but he's also very consistent because it's tens. So he has a lot of practice. He also doesn't flick too much. Like when I say he flicks a lot, he flicks more than probably the average player does, but like it's not the majority of his kills. Majority of his kills still come from good practice and mechanics, from counter strafing and things like that, right? So I wouldn't rely on flicks to get you kills, regardless of how good of a shot that was, because it was a good shot. But just bear in mind that that won't happen every time, and I'm sure that everyone knows that it won't happen every time. Yeah, once again we take a first fight instantly without pressing any U-turn. I don't mind you changing position. I don't particularly like mid for Sage, though, overall, right? You don't really provide much in mid, because your wall doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, it's not bad, but I wouldn't really recommend doing the wall mid. I mean, it's kind of like whatever. People can just ignore mid in this map, kind of. At least, especially this elo, they can just ignore mid quite a lot. At least this part of mid. The wall doesn't do too much. Also, we can bear in mind as well, you're playing Sage, so these two abilities tend to get more value as the round goes on, because there's going to be more likely that the situations arise where these are going to be useful, right? Because they are based on context a lot more than other abilities are, such as these ones. But for the most part, Sage wants to live throughout the round quite a lot more than this. And if you do want to take an early fight, you have to take it with advantage. With advantage, I mean use your wall to get a good angle. That kind of stuff. So I wouldn't just like try and find the first fight in mid, completely like trade at 1v1, right? We want to try and be smart with the way you actually take the fight. Okay.
I get a Marshall.
Marshall. But once again, we're kind of just taking the fight. We got kind of lucky that time. Yeah, once again it's a flick. Breach also missed his fault line. Don't know where he's aiming. Where is he aiming? He's not even aiming at the doorway, because if he's aiming at the doorway, you'd be in it. Where's bro aiming? He's aiming over here somewhere. He can't even, he's funny enough because he's swinging as well. He can't even swing the angle that he's stunned. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so funny. Actually, I think he maybe have just... I think he's getting this angle here. I think that's what he's getting, actually. I think he's getting, like, this angle here. He can just about swing it. At, like, full swing. Yeah, the re-peek is also crazy here. Even though you are an eco, right? To be fair, this one is more forgivable, I think, than the previous round. Because on the previous round, you had a Vandal. It was Vandal versus Vandal. You didn't need to take any risks. This one is forgivable, because it is an eco and you are taking a risk to potentially get ahead. But once again, it's one of those risks where you're taking the risk mechanically rather than like with like tactics with your brain, right? You're going to just taking the risk that you're going to land the shot. You're going to land the flick. Rather than the risk that they could find me in this position on this like really smart flank. Or maybe they check this corner or something like that, right? You're taking a risk that is like super based on things that aren't consistent. This will be a peak right now with the Marshall.
Last player standing.
So I would probably given up on mid. As soon as I got the first kill, I didn't need to peek again. It's a 4v5. And then when they come B, when they start shutting the door, that's when I'm probably going to be peeking. When they start shutting, I'm going to be peeking this angle, like around here somewhere, because it means I'm most likely going to get a kill. These people probably won't be looking at me when the door's shutting. There might be, there's a chance, people might wait until it's completely shut, but in my experience, they wait until it's like halfway shut and then they'll look away. So if you wait until it's like halfway shut, you're probably either killing on like someone not looking at you. Because you can see there, the rain, you actually caught a glimpse of the Rainer there. It's like less than a frame. Oh wait, did you even? No, you didn't. But the Rainer is literally right there. He's right there, right behind the wall. Wait, maybe you did see her and I'm just tripping. I swear I saw her. No, I didn't see her. But yeah, she's right there. She's literally right next to where you were looking. Empty. Yeah, so you could have got a kill there. That's what I mean by like taking a risk. Taking a risk on your ecos and taking a risk when it matters, when you need to. Because right there, you're going to need to take a risk. You're going to lose all those guns, and you also, I think you're outnumbered at that point as well. You need to take a risk by peeking the door there. And then take the risk that they were making the correct play. Nice shot. You actually are landing these flicks consistently. It's funny. Yeah, because that's a flick as well. So you're landing flicks consistently there. Like 3 flicks landed. But the thing is, though, is that I don't expect you to replicate this going into your next game. And you shouldn't either. You should not expect to be replicating. Well, there you go, right? Didn't land that one. Okay, the reposition. I like this reposition. Going with our team to potentially trade. Bit late, maybe, but... Oh, that's so unlucky. Okay, nice. So you're a bit late here, because I think right here... Yeah, because you heard the Reyna go into, like, her spectral form, wherever it is. I don't know what form it's called. I don't know what it's called. Like, she became, like, unable to be shot, right? She also can't shoot back in that form, right? So she's most likely going to be running to this corner. This is the prime time to be running forward and to, like, hold the angle against her.
1 enemy remaining.
But to be fair, I like that potentially you didn't, because you might have accidentally exposed yourself to the breach, and the breach might have shot you before you shot Reyna. So the way you actually played it is safer and probably a bit better than the way I would have actually ended up playing it, thinking about it. But at least, well, in part, yeah, in part. But yeah, ended up being a fine shot. Got a Vandal. Wait, did we get a Vandal last round? Where's that Vandal gone? Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. So, well, let me look at their money. I mean, it's not going to matter for the Marshal. The Marshal's definitely wrong. But it's more that if you want to do this, if we look at... We don't even look at their money. We know they have 3 ults as well. They have Sage, Breach, Killjoy ult. We don't look at their money at all before buying this Marshal. Do we actually look at the money? Wait, maybe we do. Do we? Am I tripping? Do you look at it like as you spawn? No. Okay. So there's no reason to buy this Marshal because we didn't look at their money. You can't be making this choice. I would have been fine with this choice if I knew for a fact that they weren't going to be buying armor this round, because I knew they would be on eco, like hard eco, right? I don't know. I don't even have that information. I don't know. From this point, I don't know what decision you should make because you haven't pressed tab. So you need to make sure you're pressing tab to find this information out. You can find ults at the top here, but also it's also important for tab as well. It's much easier to read when you see the readies. So I would just press tab at the, like in buy phase, look at the ults, look at their economy. What decisions do you want to make with the buy? What decisions do you want to make with your actual positioning on the map compared to their ults, right? If they're going to breach ult, for instance, you probably don't want to be like sitting in the position where you might be an easy target to his ult. In the same way with Killjoy as well, maybe you don't play back B site because if she knows the correct ult, then she can actually just fully stop you from playing the game in back B site, right? So those are some considerations you want to make for ults. But in terms of economy, right, you can actually make some considerations here too. Even though you do have the Vandal, like the only other option I would actually think is viable potentially in this specific round that I'm assuming is that they would probably have a lot of light armor. I don't actually know because I don't know their economy. The Outlaw, I think, is the most likely buy here instead of the Marshal because you can beat them when they've got light armor. If they don't have light armor, if they have full armor, you can give someone the Vandal. So give like Skye the Vandal, right? Because Skye needs a buy right now, right? But maybe not. She has like full util. Maybe one less flash. You can go light armor Vandal maybe. But I would give the Vandal to Skye. And if you want to go an operator, you can go an operator. This is the Elo cannon for a reason. It will win you games because people do not respect this gun at all. So I would just go like either give that Vandal to Skye and go operator, or give that Vandal to Skye and go Marshal if the Marshal was good enough here. But obviously I don't know because do we press tab? Do we press tab at one point? Any point? Let me press tab. Hey, what's up? Sorry, I didn't look at the chat. Yeah, so we didn't press tab, so I don't know what decision we should have made with the buy here. So I'll definitely make your mission in the buy phase. Oh, there's an operator. Okay. Okay, that's funny because it's kind of proved my point in a lot of ways. We didn't know what money they had. So we have a Marshal And if we looked at if we pressed tab, we would have known that they had a chance of buying an operator, like they could afford it. So it makes a lot more sense if you wanted to fight that person that you would also buy an operator instead of a marshal, right? So yeah, I don't think we should be. We should definitely be. I think the main takeaway here is I'm not even going to look at the mechanics of it, right? Because clearly here, right, we're not ready for this fight. And there's things to say here, but I think the main takeaway from this is we need to be making sure we press tab and we look at the economy of the enemy before we make any decisions with what we're going to buy. And that's the main takeaway. At least your teammate got an upgrade. This upgrade could have been given to her at the start of the round. You didn't have to buy. You didn't have to spend the money on the Spectre. You're just wasting your team's money a bit there, but come on. Marshall again. I don't like Marshall 3 times in a row at this point. I don't know why. Wait, you had an operator then didn't buy then bought the Marshall. Don't like this at all. Actually, your teammates. 2 teammates are on eco. Brim is buying. Sky is probably gonna buy half because she did last round. Yeah, so I think last round was definitely the operator buy, and then this round would be the eco with these players, and you would probably tell Sky to eco, and then this guy, you would always ideally tell him to eco, but would he eco? Who knows? You know, he might not. Doesn't matter really. But this is probably an eco theoretically. Right now, I would just go Vandal armor. Like in this actual situation, this is a Vandal armor probably. Maybe I mean you can get away with operator armor. No, wait, can you? Wait, how much is that? Wait. When did you have an operator? Makes it easier for me. So you had operator full armor here. You can do operator light armor and you get 1.9k, which means that you would be able to buy next round anyway. So I would go operator, and light armor in this round. If you wanted the operator, that's fine. I actually don't mind the operator in this round, right? Because you can potentially win the round for your team. You know the enemy team has an operator, so they're most likely not going to make use of the one you've bought. The only argument here is that if you buy like a Vandal or something else, it's less money. And if you by chance win the round, then you can claim their operator instead, which is going to be a lot more of an economical advantage for you at the cost of it being a risk of you potentially don't get it and you potentially lose the round because you didn't know the operator at the start. That kind of stuff, right? But you never buy Marshall here, I don't think. I think it's either Vandal armor or it's operator armor or light armor. I think both rounds, I think both times are light armor actually, but both are light armor. You go Vandal light armor or you go operator light armor here. The reason for light armor, one of the main things about knowing whether to go light armor or heavy armor for your economy is if you're below 4k, if this is below, no, sorry, wrong thing. If this is below 4k, go light shields. If it's above 4k, go heavy shields. And that's like after you've purchased, by the way, after you've bought everything and you've got light armor, sorry, heavy armor, and you're below 4k, then go light armor instead. If you're obviously, basically you want to end on 4k, this number. That's when you have the freedom to choose between the two. After 4k, you go heavy armor. That's literally it. After you bought over 4k equals heavy armor. That's just a rule of thumb though. There are times where you won't follow that as well. But that's just a rule of thumb. It's not every time, but it's most of the time. Or it's like a good rule of thumb to have. I wouldn't say most of the time because I don't actually have that evidence or like that information. It might not actually be most of the time, but I know it's for sure that's the way that I think about it, and I'm pretty sure it's the way that other people think about it as well. Because I think there are some economical reasons for it. I got the information originally from Mini, the Fnatic coach, or a Fnatic ex-coach. Ex-coach? I don't actually know what his job is there. It might be. I don't know. But I haven't looked into like the specific economic reasons for it.
The hunt begins.
So we know there's 2 there. I don't think the wall is very good here. So your Sky is just ulted. Okay, your Sky ult's not very good. The Sky ult's not very good because it's a bit proactive considering they only have 3 left. But at the same time, it's good in some ways because it's identifying where the other 3 players are. So I like it, but I like it for a passive reason, where you can kind of identify where the players are. You know, 1's mid, and you know 2 are A main from this all, right? I don't like this, right? Because technically, what we've got is we know someone's isolated, and we know that 2 people are here, and we have 3 players. So we could potentially make a play on them. It looks like Sky is trying to do that, but didn't communicate it. So not ideal. I don't particularly like the wall though, because it's separating us from the fight, and it's maybe also it's stopping the enemy team from going into our strong side. We have 3 players here, right? If it's actually quite a good thing if these 2 players decide that they're going to push into 3 players, right? Because we have the numbers advantage. So you're kind of just stopping them from making the wrong play. And you're actually going to be pushing them into the Phoenix that's alone. And you can even see potentially this even happens with the Sage getting the kill on the Phoenix, which probably shouldn't have happened. Looking at the minimap, probably should not have happened, but it ended up happening. Unfortunate. I hate to see it. That slow didn't do anything. I think we slowed before that as well. That slow didn't do anything. These slows didn't do anything. We shut the door. We should have shut the door on ourselves a bit, to be honest, but yeah, we did. We did shut the door on ourselves, because the reason why we shut the door on ourselves here is because we have this wall here anyway. This is basically a tripwire. If they start to break it, we know they're there. So we don't need to shut this door. It's kind of just like a waste of time and just like limits our rotation, because then we can't rotate back into A. If they start to break the wall, you have to go all the way up and around, which we did here anyway. Yeah, we're kind of just like wandering around a bit. They're probably going to go B. They planted B yet. They planted. Managed to get a res though, that's quite good. So now hopefully everyone goes in together on your team. Okay, wait, we get a kill. We're kind of looking like a Euro clone for a second. Okay, so Brim gets the kill, that's map awareness there, so I don't mind you looking at the minimap here that much. But I probably wouldn't have been looking at the minimap here, because it was really easy for one of the enemy team to be pushing this. Because they're 2v3, right? They have to take a risk. My crosshair would not even be here, to be fair. My crosshair would be over here while I'm crossing. And then I'll be very, very hyper aware that if I hear any gunshots over here, I have to flick fast over towards it. And once I get past this choke, I'm back over here again, looking over here. I would not be looking at my minimap right now. My gun is out, it's ready to fire. I'm not going to be looking at my minimap. So looking at the minimap's a bit crazy here. Which I guess maybe you actually heard the gunshots from Brimstone, and that's the reason why you turned around. I'm not quite sure without actually like hearing from you which one you did. But yeah, I wouldn't be looking at the minimap there. It's fine if you heard his shots and then looked at the minimap that he was firing at someone. That's also fine potentially. This should be really doable, really easy. Oh. Maybe a bit lucky there, because the Brimstone could have helped you out with the ult. We don't have to tap it. I think we actually can stick here. Seems a bit crazy, but we got 2 players, because Brimstone's not here yet. Was Brimstone standing still to ult or something? Was it really that slow? Or we were just that fast? Oh, we were just that fast. We were just very fast in comparison to him. Oh, good. Yeah, you don't stick here actually. You do tap. They'll just see the gunfire again. Yeah, I mean, you were kind of on his head, so I'm going to forgive it, I think. You're on his head here. The problem is that you were moving. You were moving when you shot. So what I would do as well, something that you should probably have on always until like you're at least immortal, is the shooting error graph. Wait, I just realized. Can't even see me draw. No. I messed up so bad. Can't see me draw. I messed up. Yeah, I hate to see it. I'll get the shooting graph. I'll get the shooting graph here. Because it's quite useful to get the shooting graph, because you'll be able to see like when you've messed up because you're moving, or when you've messed up because you've just missed the target with your crosshair, right? So I would get that. It's on stats. It's on it's on display, stats, and then right at the bottom. So yeah, I would go put that on as soon as possible. Go do a DM with it and to see like how it works. And I would have it on for actual games too. I can't believe my pen wasn't working. I'm so sorry. There was some things I was explaining with pen
Thrifty.
as well.
We need nothing but our gifts.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh well, it's fun. Hopefully, if there's anything confusing in any part of the video, if you just message me. Wait, to be honest, I think it was the shots. By the way, I turned off on the shooting graph about a week ago. Okay, nice.
Reloading.
That's fine. That's fine. And it's all good. If you have any questions about any part of the VOD, by the way, if you rewatch any parts that you may have missed or like want to talk about, just like link me the timestamp of the VOD, or just tell me what timestamp it is and ask the question. I'll try and help you out. If I've missed something or you don't understand something, because especially because my pen wasn't recording my pen. So yeah, if you need any help with that, that's fine. I'll try and get back to you within decent time. I also need to message someone else on Discord. I forgot. Why did I see a blood splatter in front of you? Hello, Valorant? Ah. Okay, Valorant.
Spike down mid.
Small indie company, Riot Games. Okay, I like the decision. I don't like the decision to walk. I think the decision's very, very aggressive, but I like that you were trying to help your Brimstone. I think that was the reason why you made this choice, potentially, is that you're trying to help the Brimstone, you're trying to help the mid-fight. The problem is here, is that I don't mind you doing it. You potentially made the decision a bit slow, but that's fine. The thing that I don't like is the walk. Don't like you walking here. You should just be running. You've just made the noise. You've just made noise. You broke a trip. They know you're here, so walking doesn't really do much. At a certain point, walking well, right? Because you can run out, take a fight or not take a fight, whatever. And then at a certain point, walking will make a difference because they don't know where you've gone past that point that you've made sound. But walking all this way was kind of pointless for like the first half. Like, you see what I mean? Like, for instance, if you just run here, you've made like your noise local to where they know you were. But then at a certain point, say like 5 seconds later, if no one's fought you, walking then becomes quite relevant again, because you could walk this way or you could walk this way. So that's when walking becomes relevant again. So you were just like making you were just walking for no reason at the start of that. Okay. I would like some communication. I think that's partly one of the problems, is that we're not really communicating our intentions to our teammates. We also have full util up, I've just noticed. Which is not really necessarily a bad thing all the time, especially on Sage, because Sage does have situational abilities. But we didn't really put ourselves in a position to use this effectively, or to use this effectively yet. So I don't know. Was anyone healable? Not really. I mean, maybe Phoenix, but I don't think it really matters. I think he's probably above 80 HP there. Actually, he's probably 74 HP, which means it would make a difference, but oh well. Technically, the heal would have saved him there. At least one additional bullet. He would have taken one additional bullet to die, but I don't think it would have mattered. Nice shot. Once again, it's a flick. Once again, a flick. We only seem to flick. We like exclusively flick, which is not very good. We need to make sure we have more actual intentional aim in our gameplay.
Because if so, request. So
Okay.
Phoenix, did you buy that this round? Because if
No,
so,
he didn't. He bought.
So you can get full shield.
Fine. Oh, you're just like rich as hell. Are you like the richest person alive? That's crazy. You have so much money. Oh no. Oh no, I foresaw the future. Oh, it's the same position as well. So the reason why this happened is we're just late on the angle. We're just late on the angle because we're buying our stuff. We're just buying the stuff for the floor. We're just late. We're just late. Late to the angle we want to take. Very rarely do you want to be taking an angle on an operator because it's so slow. She had the advantage on you because she saw you. You basically appeared onto our crosshairs, but we had to walk into and then stop purposely to then shoot. She was already posted. She could just shoot you. And that's kind of like the most important thing on an operator, where we want to be posted on angles a lot of the time. When you see people take angles, it's either because they're taking, well, when you see pro players taking angles on operators, it's usually because they're very practiced with the operator and they're very good with it. But for the most part, you want to be taking angles with the operator when there's flashes or when there's like a smoke that you can post behind and use to your advantage to then post in a different angle or something like that, right? You don't want to be just like taking raw angles like that with the operator.
You should run.
We also, what have I just witnessed? Sorry. Sorry, back on track real quick. We also want to be making sure we use our abilities on Sage. Like, I'm not sure if you even used your heal once this round or this half. We used the rest of our abilities very sparingly as well. I think this is actually more of a symptom of Sage. I think Sage is a very, very bad agent overall because she's very situational overall. You do have to put your. To be fair though, it is possible to put yourself in positions to use the wall and to use the slow. Those aren't the problematic abilities. If anything, they're quite strong, and you can definitely use them in a way. Like look at Grim, the way he plays in solo queue. He's using the wall to a really smart way, in a really smart way to get kills in solo queue. These two abilities tend to be the problematic ones for Sage. I personally would, unless you really don't want to play a different agent, I would yeah, I did stop playing Teo, great. That's fine, that's fine. I would purposely try and find another agent to play there with a bit more proactive abilities, and Teo's a good one, I think. I don't know because he's new, so I don't know 100% how he plays, like, specifically. He might play a certain way sometimes that I don't particularly think is good, but for the most part, because I don't have any information on him, he probably is going to be fine because he's an initiator. He just have proactive abilities, so he's probably fine. But I would just try and play something a bit more proactive, because Sage isn't really very proactive with their abilities for the most part. I think that would help your ability usage a lot more because I feel like in this half, we weren't really that proactive with abilities. I also really quickly want to look at the enemy killjoy ult. I think it's funny. That is crazy, by the way. That is a crazy ult. Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I'll take that.
Classic wall armor, that's fine. We shouldn't be taking. We should be taking the first fight, but you know, if the enemy does that, why not? I guess why not? I just tried to fill with a guy who I played before. Oh, well, so you don't usually play Sage, or? Okay, so if you don't usually play Sage, I would stay away from Sage. To be honest, I would personally stay away from Sage. I don't think the agent is very good. She's probably one of the worst agents, along with Breach. I think Breach and Sage are the two agents I would tell anyone to stay away from in the game. Those are the two agents. And Reyna to an extent, but Reyna's like a lot more fun factor to her, so I wouldn't necessarily say to stay away from Reyna because she's quite fun. But the other two, I don't find Sage fun, I don't find Breach fun, and I find them very unproductive for solo queue climbing and solo queue learning, so the reason why I don't stay away from those. But yeah. This I wouldn't be taking first fights to Sage with wall, right? You have more value this round than the first fight, right? You have wall and you have heal. If someone takes a first fight and gets into 1 HP, it's good that you're there to heal them. If you die instantly, or you I guess technically you could heal yourself, so it's not too bad. But generally, you want to be using this on teammates, especially because I think they recently equalized the heal. I could be wrong, I can't remember. They've changed the heal so many times throughout the years. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's basically equal now, isn't it? The heal for teammates, or it's 60, I think, which is relevant in pistols anyway. So yeah, I would just I wouldn't take the first fight at Sage. Long story short, I wouldn't take the first fight at Sage because the next guy won't be AFK in the corner, probably, hopefully. Okay, the heal's fine. I think this. I don't like this wall too much in some ways. The thing is like I like the wall in the sense that it can help you get kills. Like you basically, this wall is like, thinking about it like I've been telling you about it. It heals 50. Okay. It's like this wall is like the way I've been saying that you should use, like this helps you get kills, right? You're basically putting this wall. You're comparing this wall to getting a kill, right? You're giving this wall the value of getting a kill or two, right? This is what this wall does. It's more of like a proactive wall to help you get those fights. So I would just like look for these fights, right? Because I'm pretty sure you can't even. I guess you would go in the Hill of Phoenix. But the reason why I don't like this wall that much is because I think it's very, funnily enough, it's proactive in an unproactive area. Like you put the wall up to take fights, but it's very unlikely you actually get fights in this area at this point in time, especially because there's like a 3v3, a 2v2, or 2v3, sorry. So you could have got one because the killjoy ran at the smoke like an absolute maniac. I'll be honest. I was like, that is crazy what she did. Oh, flank. I didn't expect flank, to be honest. But yeah, I would have been a bit more proactive with the wall in terms of like putting it in a more proactive position. Even though I think the premise is fine. Like trying to get a fight, an advantageous fight with the wall. That premise is fine. It's just that we did it in a very unproactive area. And this wall can work. It just depends on like what point in the round you do it in. If it was 5v5 and you knew someone was like in the site, or you knew someone was like in like some of like these slippery corners or something, you knew that someone liked to play close, and so they might try and get away with the smoke and that kind of stuff. You might be able to cut them off, or like take a fight on site. Like there's a chance that that kind of stuff can happen. It's just that you did it a bit late in the round, and also you spent your time healing this guy instead of fighting, which, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of the war when you like use it to heal someone, I guess. But I understand why you did it, but it was just like a priorities, I guess. Is that you shouldn't prioritize healing people if you've got other things you can be doing. Like on top of the wall, you have fights that you can take.
No, you
Because well, the Killjoy one, it was kind of retrospectively though. With the Killjoy one, I wouldn't expect the Killjoy to be doing what she did.
No, you don't.
But maybe there's a chance like you get a kill with like CT smoke expiring is what I would actually imagine happens, but not the Killjoy running through market smoke like a maniac.
Watch your eyes.
Does he win this? He wins this?
No.
Okay, he's a Smurf actually. He's not a Smurf, but yeah. he played it fine. We're not here for him though. So once again, we like the Marshal. I don't mind the Marshal in this round. We got regen shields as well. I don't mind the actual combination of the stuff. I actually don't mind this so far. Where we're looking at that kind of stuff. What the hell happened? Okay. Yeah, I mean it is a bit spooky to do this because you got like 2 angles to watch. So in the future, if you want to make this play, I would ask Brim to like smoke one of them. Potentially, probably Heaven, like not Heaven, short, and you watch this angle is what I would do. You could do it the other way around as well, but maybe what you could do as well, actually thinking about it on this round, I would probably just be solely watching this and ask someone else to be here. Potentially is actually what I would do. I think that's definitely the safest way to do it, because then you can't be crept up on like that, and you don't have to watch 2 angles at once. And to be fair, usually you don't have to ask for that, because I would say like, it's like, there's 2 things here. So if you wanted to play mid, I think you need to communicate it, because then your teammates would help you. And the other thing is, if you don't communicate it, then we shouldn't be making this play, because this play then becomes difficult to do, because we're looking at 2 different places at once. So we need communication to make this play, or we should just like be a bit more maybe defensive with it, or maybe just, I guess we could technically do this one, because it's a lot harder for them to be aggressive out of short, technically. But yeah, that's like super risky as well, so I don't 100% know. Like, the thing is like this elo makes it difficult sometimes, because people do really random things. So I think you've just got to communicate and try and get your teammates to come and help you mid. Or to like go push mid or something, and then you cover their short and that kind of stuff. Good work. What actually happened? While I was yapping, what was even happening there? Okay, the regen shield is coming in massive here. That's massive. Oh, the brimstone. Maybe relevant actually, because I think he's on 74 plus like, I don't know, depends on his armor. He's probably on like 100 total HP, but he gets up to like 120 something. I don't know, completely guess them, to be honest. We shouldn't have left mid. I think after getting that kill, we should keep mid. We kind of maybe got our Phoenix killed by proxy. We're giving up mid. Yeah. I think if we don't give up mid as well, we'd probably be ready for that person in mid. Because imagine, right? Imagine. You get this kill, you saw the Cypher run out. But if you stay here and then like try and really clear with the Marshal, or like just stay here. Just heal the Brimstone. And then just stay in this position instead of running this way. Just stay over here, right? Heal the Brimstone from here. And then you can communicate. Maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you want to say like, I'll come with you and let's go B main together. Or maybe let's say, yo, can you come and help me in mid? Let's fight mid and let's take mid together. Like, that's what I would probably do in those situations, right? I'd be communicating with my teammates to come and get them to do something else. Or to do the thing I want them to do. Because I think you don't leave mid here. I think you tell them to come take mid with you. The Phoenix was already down for it, to be honest. A little bit too down, considering what you were doing. You were running away, running forward. Okay, next round. Yeah, I think we like the Marshal a bit too much, I'll be honest. We like the Marshal a bit too much. So we lost the round. Did we lose the round? Yeah, we did. We lost the round, which shouldn't have happened, did it? We won the first, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, so we're in an awkward position with our money. Very, very unfortunate round overall. We just need to play a bit more together, I think, there. Or just like, yeah, in some ways yes, but in other ways no. We're okay. I won't fully explain that stuff because I think it's at the scope of what we need to learn in these elos. So that's fine. We'll just leave it there. I think this buy is not very good. I mean, I think you can get the same effect with the Marshal as the Sheriff, and the Sheriff is technically a bit cheaper. Because I think the Sheriff has more options when you're fighting people, especially at like medium range. To be honest, I don't really come much because I've been made fun of for my voice. You know, I understand that, but at the same time, I think the more you do it, you just got to try and get a thicker skin because people make fun of everything. They'll make fun of anything and everything. So it's all about just like getting a thick skin for this stuff, and just not caring. Because what do they know? They know nothing. They don't know you. If they make fun of their voice, it's on them. No nice person makes fun of someone's voice. They're just not nice people. It is what it is. They've probably got some dumb problems going on in their lives that they need to take out on other people. It is what it is. And just don't try like, you've probably heard like tons of other people talk about like, in like, for like movies, like use your weakness as your armor, that kind of stuff, right? So just like, you can't be used to hurt you. There you go. You know? Just don't take, like a lot of it as well is like not taking yourself too seriously. Just like, you know, if someone makes fun of your voice, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not really that. Not your problem. Not their problem.
Watching here.
They're just being stupid. Believe me as well. I know I got made fun of for my voice as well because I don't speak particularly clearly as well. I stutter a lot. It is what it is. It doesn't really like. It's one of those things where it just doesn't matter. It's other people's problem more than yours if they make fun of it. Okay. I don't think the Marshal is the correct play. I think the Sheriff is better because I think at medium ranges, which is what you're going to be fighting in ideally in this round. Sheriff is technically a bit better. It's just a bit easier to use. If you do actually take these long fights, it's not terrible though, because the Sheriff might not perform as well as the Marshal in these areas. Because the thing is like the difference between the Sheriff and the Marshal here, right? Is because the Marshal, you're playing like, to be fair, you're playing as if you have a Marshal, which is great because you do have a Marshal. But imagine if you have a Sheriff here, right? You're in an eco, 5v5. If the eco needs to take the risk to win the round, so you need to be trying to find something risky to do, or you need to try and find something that maybe you can try and like walk into someone that's like a 1v1, and then if you have a not a Vandal, if you have a Sheriff, you might be able to like one tap them and then get their Vandal, right, or something like that, right? The Marshal's not giving you much of the risk. It's not giving you like the position or like the chance to take that risk because you have to play the Marshal's ranges, and the Marshal's ranges are long, right? And when it will technically outperform the Vandal in some ways, right? Because the Vandal's harder to use at long ranges. Even though it does the one tap, it's harder to use than the Marshal is. It's harder to get a headshot with the Vandal at long range than it is to get a headshot with the Marshal at long range. But yeah, you are technically doing that, but it's about technically. Sorry, you got to think about like how the enemy is going to play, and they're not really going to be like wanting to run at you in this round because they're most likely going to have higher guns. They're not going to want to try and take risks because they're not in a position where they need to, right? So the Marshal's shouldn't really get any value here because when we've got a Marshal, we want people to walk into us, to run into us, and that's not really going to happen. So I would go the Sheriff because the Sheriff is a bit more proactive. You can also go other options as well, but I wouldn't recommend it specifically on Sage. If you're playing something like Jet, you can go stuff like a Shorty because you can get into someone's face and shotgun them. Raze as well. You can get a Bucky in that situation too. Bucky's probably a bit safer in like attacking situations. Shorty is a lot better in defense because defense is a lot easier to put yourself in positions where the Shorty's good. Okay, the Brimstone actually popped off and got a kill. Mainly because what is the breach? The breach is completely trolling in that position. That's good. Okay. So we did actually play this fine. I think we were a bit too. We can just hold one. I don't think we have to. Well, technically, I think the correct play is actually one that may have not got you the kill. To be honest, is like sit in this box and watch this, because the short player would have to cross you, like cross your sight line. Say this is your sight line from this position, right? The short player would have to cross you to get cross, right? To go B. So technically, this is probably the correct position to play. The only scary thing about this is that if they go through A, you're going to get flanked. But that's a risk you should probably be taking, right? Because you're a Marshal. Anyway, you're not really going to lose anything in the grand scheme of the game if you like die with a Marshal. It's not going to mean anything that much in terms of economy compared to the risk of holding something and getting a kill on a Vandal player. I think this is technically the correct position to hold because right here it's a bit scary. Like I wouldn't do this. Like you shouldn't be like going backwards and forwards across angles. Just pick one and try and be confident in the one you've picked. Because what this shows to me is that you don't really know where they're going to come from. You haven't thought about like where the people are playing, like what they're going to do. And so you're just like guessing in the moment. So try and be a bit more like proactive on like thinking where the enemy team are going to be and therefore where they're going to path in the round. Because technically, like if we know the Cypher's A, the Cypher's probably not going to go this way. Because Cypher sucks at just casually retaking sites, right? He doesn't provide much. The only thing he can really do is like putting a cage here, for instance, right? To then cross. He's good at that, and that's about it. So for the most part, he likes to find like slippery ways or like more like lurky type ways to go to a retake. So he's going to probably go A or he goes short. The alternative though is that because he knows he's against an eco, he might not decide to do that because he might want to value his gun. We actually know we know that he doesn't in this round because you do that. So I do think you end up getting the kill kind of by luck in some sense because you don't really know where he's going to come from. You kind of aim at him as he comes around the corner, which is kind of lucky. And on top of the fact, on top of that as well, the Cypher probably should not be looking for a flank in this situation, despite how unfavored he is going for a normal retake. He's going to be even more unfavored going aggressive against eco type weapons because he doesn't want to give away his Vandal, which he technically didn't but he did die with a Vandal against the Marshal, which is not ideal. An Odin, okay, someone bought Odin. Chandil's fine. We have all our util up. We really don't use our util very much. We could have resed. I think the res is also fine here because bear in mind, one of the things that people don't realize with Sage is that her res is also going to impact your economy, your credits economy, right? Because there's such thing as alt economy, there's such thing as like normal economy, right? And this is like a part of the alt economy, but at the same time you can use this to get ahead on normal economy, right? Because right now you can res whoever's next to you, Jet or who is it? I don't know who it is. Someone. Who's that? Sky. You can res Sky, and then they can go pick up a gun. And then you've got like additional 2.9k credits, right? Because they picked up a Vandal. Or maybe an Odin in this game. Maybe they go pick up an Odin. Or they'll go pick up that Vandal. Or they pick up your Odin. And you're up 3.2k credits than you would have been. At the sacrifice of your ult. And the thing is that your ult is very situational. Because you can only use it on a dead ally. In a position where you can actually res them and it actually does something. On top of that as well, the ally that you've resed should probably have to impact the round in some way. So they probably want their ult up as well. So you can see there's a lot of hoops to jump through for Sage ult to be valuable. So it makes sense to use it in this situation because you don't get the opportunity to use it very often, especially for like the highest of highs. So right there, just getting like a small economic win would probably be worth the ult, honestly. Especially because it's so early in the half and you've already got ult. So you'll get another one by the time the game's over. So you can just use it there. I would just use it and up my economy. Something that a lot of people don't think about with Sage. The agent still sucks though. The agent still sucks. But you know, that's something you can think about when playing Sage. Oh, that doesn't work, yeah. It's also not really... I don't think... Does it work? I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. I don't think it ever works. I mean, I'm pretty sure you might be able to stand on top of it. I don't know. I've never seen anyone do that before. It must not work, so I've never seen anyone do it. But I don't know. Okay, wait, let me look at this kill. Yeah, that person was just drilling, but yeah, that's fine kill. That was less flicky, I think, right? Yeah, it was less flick. That was a good kill. That was a better kill. More practice, you get that one nice and fluid. That's unbreakable. It should be. He placed it wrong. Wait, he actually placed it wrong. We need to reload. Debatable. Probably not. But because the smokes were up, right? So our teammates were going in. So you can see a lot of the difference in what your teammates were doing and what you were doing. Like if regardless of your like let's just pretend our armor doesn't exist. Your teammates are going in and you're going away. Like we're not reading our teammates' language here in what they want to do. They've got like gameplay language, right? and they're running forward. So we should probably look to mirror that. Or like do that as well, right? So we go backwards, and yeah, we've got full ammo now, but Brim's dead. Sky's probably gonna dead. Yeah, Sky's dead as well. So yeah, we just kind of let them out to dry. Really, we just kind of put them in a bad position because they thought there were more people on their team than there were on your team than there were.
Spike down.
Also, that
A.
Sage seems lethal with that gun. Okay, wait.
One enemy remaining.
No, wait, they're just randomly fighting you? Okay, winnable. That's a good kill.
Enemy remaining. Here.
Left side.
Left side, we can just say door.
One enemy remaining. Here.
Left side.
Trying to know the callouts is good, but left side's fine. Can't res from there. You should definitely...
Player standing.
What?
Oh, wait, what? Wait, she... Wait. I need to see this. So she got there. So when did... It was here. Literally on timing. Wait, how did she do that? Wait, she timing both of you? Wait, that's crazy. Right there, she crossed your vision.
One enemy
Right?
remaining. Here.
Yeah, you heard a step. Wait, no, wait, you heard a step. You heard a step.
Left side.
I didn't hear it at first. You hear a step. Wait.
Here.
Left side.
No, I'll go back.
One enemy remaining. Here.
There, you heard a step. You hear it. I go back in. Right after the gun drops from the killjoy, you'll hear a step.
Remaining. Here.
Left
Okay,
side.
I literally put it right on the step. Hang on.
One enemy remaining. Here.
Left side.
One enemy remaining.
Gun drops.
Here.
Left side.
I went over again.
One enemy remaining.
Step was right
Left
there. That's crazy, then. One step.
One enemy remaining.
I didn't hear it the first time though, and I'm watching this game, so I don't
Left side.
mind that you didn't hear it, but it is there. It was there. So technically we should have known that, but yeah, damn. That was crazy timing though, because she perfectly went past you on this like second. Like right here she went past you, and then right here she perfectly didn't go into Phoenix's vision when he was looking over here.
Remaining.
And then when he looks away, she goes over there.
Left side.
That is crazy timing, by the way. Actually just crazy timing, but she did technically make the mistake in the step.
Player standing.
It is what it is.
Clutch.
I don't blame you for that, because that was impeccable timing by her. Crazy timing. And she did make the mistake of the step. I think if I was more locked into an actual game, like if I was in your shit, I probably would have heard it. But yeah, I don't know if I would have, to be honest, because that was really difficult. It was a good try, nonetheless. Good try. Okay, a cool skin. Yeah, once again, like, we're a bit too aggressive here. Because we're, like, getting in Phoenix's way. Like, bear in mind that this character doesn't have, like, dashes or anything. Or, like, a TP away. So right now, what you're doing is you're body blocking this guy. And if he gets into a fight and he can't strafe right, technically he should be strafing left. I'll be honest. He should probably be strafing left anyway. So, being this close to him, it's going to potentially mess him up in a fight, so be careful of that. And bear in mind, like, you're also playing Sage as well. You don't really want to be in the firing lines like this. Not always, anyway. You can obviously, you can still take fights for being aggressive, but you don't want to be the first one in every time. I already mentioned it a lot. Okay, wait, we get kills.
Here.
Okay. When we're aimed in, we should basically never spray. Literally never. Because the reason why is because the spray pattern is different, and it's also worse. And the fire rate is worse. So if you want to spray, you can't be aimed in. If you aim in, the most you can burst at the most. I would never spray and aim in. It's really bad. You would spray and aim in for like an Odin or like an Ares, right? Because those guns are made for it, but you don't do it with the Phantom or the Vandal. They're at a significant disadvantage. And the Bulldog you also do it for. And the Guardian. Okay, you do it for like a lot of guns. But you don't do it for the Vandal or the Phantom. Anyway. You don't really do it for the Vandal or the Phantom. Yeah, so that's like... This is like the lowest value what you can get, right? Because it just res and they die. And you don't get anything for the actual death either. So, you know, looking back at that res for the economy looks like it's a lot more of a solid play, right? But yeah, try not to aim in and spray. Because I think right there, if you don't aim in and spray, and you either just take your time and tap fire in their heads, or you while aimed in, or you just try and spray one of them. You at least get one more kill. One kill, sorry, not one more kill. One kill. Edge of the two. Because you would have killed Breach, I think, if you weren't aiming in. If you weren't aiming in, you kill Breach.
Player.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It happens. Just don't aim in when spraying. When spraying. What happened there? Ooh. Okay, wait, this is quite well played by the enemy team. The full line was useless, but... One kill into the wall. Actually, good play by the enemy team. I mean, Breach taking the first fight is crazy, but at the same time, who cares? Fun. Their comp doesn't really have anyone to take first fights, really, apart from Reyna. And they can't just let Reyna take all of them. Yeah, we're aiming in a lot now. I don't really like the aim and spray, as I've already mentioned, so... If you have the intention of spraying, don't aim in. If you have the intention of bursting or tapping, you can aim in if you want to. You don't have to, though. Aiming in is quite good, though. In my experience, anyway. I think it's more anecdotal than anything. Don't know if it's actually, like, super, super good and meaningful to do. It definitely improves accuracy and makes things easier, but... Like lowering shot error is what it does. Can we heal? We kind of just ignore the fact that could have been an opportunity, like that was an option. We have a knife hit for like, yeah, like right here, we technically should be dead. We should need to make sure we put our crosshair in the correct positions.
Nice.
Okay. And what happens here? Once again, fighting mid. Oh. It's crazy you got a shot there, I'll be honest. But it's kind of like one of those things where maybe you're a bit... Once again, it's like too aggressive. Slightly too aggressive, maybe. Also, as well, we kind of go past the angle for no reason. One of the things here is like, yeah, we just go past the angle for no reason. Like, we don't... They're not going to be up here instantly, straight away. The smoke sucks, to be honest, as well. But, well, we really should be not taking our eyes off this area, right? This area is like the most threatening area, and obviously we see that now, right? So we wouldn't pass the angle for no reason. So just make sure, like, when we see a threatening angle, we either hold it, if we can hold it. If we can't, then just try and find a nice off angle for it, or just be aware that it exists, you know? Don't just, like... Because I think we didn't even have a crosshair on it when we re-exposed, right? Yeah, we didn't. Our crosshair was over here. So if we re-expose to the dangerous angle, at least have your crosshair on the head height, ready to retaliate if someone's there.
Enemy down.
Yeah, it was kind of unlucky though. I must say, a tiny bit unlucky that you died, not Brim, but it is what it is. A Valorant moment.
Launching smoke.
Okay, so we're a bit less aggressive. We can shoot the cam, we don't shoot the cam. That's fine. Okay, the breach is a bit crazy. He just sends it with nothing. He was also going to use his aftershock. Is crazy. Okay, the spray is a bit panicked. We can definitely wait. Because, once again, it comes back to aim and move in the one motion. Stop and then shoot, right? We're not really, like, breaking our fights down. We're just kind of panicking and, like, shooting, flicking, aiming, like, hoping for the best, right? We're not really thinking about what we're doing when we're in fights. Wait, that's in the corner? Wait, what the hell are they doing? That's crazy. So I think that was, honestly here, you could contest this. Like, especially because as well, you're Sage, right? So you have one of the abilities that can, like, keep her in the corner very easily with the slow. So right here, get the kill on Breach. During this reload, I mean, you probably shouldn't reload right here anyway. You have 15 bullets. If someone tries to trade, you're probably dead. Well, you are dead, realistically, if someone trades. So you probably shouldn't have reloaded here, technically. But as soon as this goes down, while I'm doing this situation, I tuck behind this corner to this so I don't get shot. I get it my slow and bounce off the wall. And then well, don't say to my team at that point. I say, as I'm making the play, like at the start of the play, I'm going to go behind this wall, bounce it off here, bounce the slow off here, hit where the killjoy is, and keep her there. And meanwhile, while I'm doing that play, I'm communicating that we should push this person, and kill the ult, right? Because the ult is in such a susceptible position. Like, we realistically should be really aggressive here and kill her. That's probably what I'm going to do. I understand as well at this elo, it's not going to be the simplest thing to do to get people to listen to you, especially in a timely way. But you should at least try and make the correct play. Probably, I don't know what ISD means. Hey man, man, you like your stream? Can I ask what rank you are? To be honest, I don't know what rank I am currently. I haven't really played properly, but my peak is Immortal 3. I haven't really played properly recently though. I think I've got like 50 hours in the last year, which is not ideal. I do want to play more. It's just that I've got work, like combination of things, and I prefer to watch and coach Valorant than I do to play it. So it is what it is. Playing too much. I finished Jedi Survivor today. I love you know. I literally finished it like 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. Okay, so this plant is fine. Generally, the better plant though on Ascent is this one. I understand you want to like wall the bomb. The problem is with this, right? I think you've kind of found the problem when you were jumping around. Is that if they're on heaven, they can just jump into the bomb. Wait, can they even do it? Wait, maybe they can't. Maybe you were testing that. No, they can. They can. They can jump in. They can jump in there and defuse, and then you need to break the wall. So I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. I would just wall heaven. I would just sorry, I'll respond to that in a second. I would just wall heaven like this one wall over here like this, right? And then I also plant it like there, right? The best plant spots around here, right? 'Cause it's the most open to everything. Hitting Immo would be really cool. I made Ascendant 2 last act. That's a good job. Ascendant is also good as well. I think I was Ascendant last act because I haven't really played. But yeah, Ascendant's still good. Ascendant's still good. I would love to duo with this Sage. I'm pretty sure this Sage either it's still in the chat, I think. So you know, if you're both in the same region, same elo, go for it. If you haven't joined my Discord as well, you can join my Discord. Ginger guy inspired. Okay, that way. Okay, there you go. There you run. That's nice. Okay. Okay.
If someone
We have res. Okay, we've learned. We've learned. We're evolving. Okay, we're almost. You went past the angle again, but at least this time you were aware, and your crosshair's in a good place. So I like that. You kind of learned. You learned from the last round. I just wouldn't go past the angle in the first place. But other than that, that was good. We're in a Discord call right now again. That's nice. That's nice. Just chilling with the boys. Okay, good try to minimap retrade or refrag. Didn't need it though in the end, which is good. Like this is a res. This is a res. It's a good opportunity for a res. Just ask. Ooh. Yeah. So right here, what you do is you ask for a mid smoke for Brim, and then you go for the res. You can also wall. You would wall this though, so it'd be quite risky. So you do still need the smoke. So you would ask for a smoke, wall it, and then go res. That's probably what the play is. Person pushing short is something I didn't expect because I did briefly see that we did have the Rainer in mid. Did not expect it to be up against this wall where she can't see short though, which is unfortunate, I guess. But we're kind of lucky we didn't die, but at the same time, I don't necessarily blame you in a way. We did have the Rainer behind us. You should probably be aware that could be the case, but I mean, I think that's just unlucky, really. He got shot there. You should definitely res it at this point as well. Once you get shot here, like this is definitely a res. I think you 100% send the res, no matter what. Especially because you know the person on top of the wall is dead in CT. You definitely are resing. Definitely resing. There's a duo with Spy Blue Arcane. Oh my god. Yeah, you're definitely gonna res this guy.
die
Oh.
and quietly hold shift, okay? Push up slowly.
Push up
and
slowly.
quietly.
Hold shift. Okay, this guy sends it. Absolutely sends it. One taps the guy. Love that. That's a classic. That is classic Valorant gameplay. That is. Be quiet. Sends it. Hey, you got the kill though. We'll take it. It is what it is. Don't need the orb. Okay. It's always a spooky play, but I don't mind it. Especially because in this position, right, we have a lot of control. We know that Cypher's going to be backside, probably. We scared. Is that scared? We heard him. Oh, one looking. Yeah, we just weren't... Like this, the problem is that we're not playing with cover very well as well. Like here, like I think I would be more pushed up to the wall slightly because I think we can be. And I would be taking a more tight angle against this corner where I would be looking more like these doors when I first look. And then if I don't see him, then I would like slowly put more into my vision, right? So say if I'm really looking at this, like this section, and then I'll add this section on my next peek. I'll add this section on my next peek. Like that's what I'm going to do, right? And then I'll add this section on my last peek, right? That's what you need to do when you're like peeking this type of stuff. Because right now you just instantly opened yourself up to everything. So no matter where he was, you probably would be surprised as to where he was going to be, especially because our crosshair isn't in a position where he's going to be, right? He's not going to be in that position because he's not LeBron James. He's not going to be that tall either. So yeah, we just need to take our time with peeking angles as well. Tiny bit there. We just like, yeah, it's just way too fast. Way too fast.
80 seconds.
Just take your time and add bits to your peaks, right? Slowly open up the angles to yourself so then you're not missing anything. Be methodical with the way you clear everything. Okay, does Reyna win this? No. Definitely not. Unlucky. Okay, operator gameplay. Elo cannon. I'm ready. How about you add a bit? How about you add a bit to your peak? Huh? When did you start playing Valorant, Mr. Streamer? I started playing Valorant in the beta when it first came out. When it first came out in 2020.
Cypher cam right there.
Like June 2020 or something? July 2020? I don't know when. Well, it was summer of 2020, I think. But I think we actually started playing in the beta. I think the beta was before that, wasn't it? I can't remember. I don't quite remember, but it was definitely in the first 2 weeks of the beta. Absolute banger game back then. Yeah. First getting ranked was crazy. When you first got ranked in the beta, you started off from the very start of the ranks. You started off in like bronze 1, which was the lowest rank back then. And you had to like climb all the way through. And I got to Immortal 1 on the first act. Can't believe you stayed the same skill level, but you decided to abuse Jet. Okay. I made Jet because it was fun. I didn't make it because it was broken. In fact, back then, the consensus was that she was bad. A lot of the good players were saying that she was bad back then. Because no one knew how to play her. No one realised how broken it was to take the first fight for free. And also how strong it was to scale that fast. Because people just didn't know the game yet. Oh, this is... Yeah, so this is risky. Okay, I'll stop yapping. Let me have a look. So I think right here, you can just hold. Because you can just hold for rotations.
Spike down A.
Yeah, I think you just hold for rotation. But there probably could be a flank. It's kind of awkward, the operator and attack sometimes. Because right here, there's like multiple good options. And none of them include the operator. Like the operator... Sitting back with the operator here puts you at risk of like getting flanked, right? And you don't really want to do that, especially in this round. 11-11. There's not much time left in like the game overall. This is a very pivotal round. This is 11-11. You don't really want to be taking those massive risks. And the operator's kind of put in that position right now. Even though the operator is a really good weapon in a lot of situations. Not a lot of situations, but really good weapon in these games. I think right there you should be the one getting the spike. I mean, to be fair, it's likely actually that maybe Reyna should be getting the spike, but it is what it is. I think as soon as you res, this is where you get the spike, right? Because you have ult slots open, so you should probably just go get the spike and plant because you might be able to get a res for this next round or something. Probably not. To be honest, no. Probably not, no. If anything, it should just be Reyna. Really, whatever. There's no way you get an ult by the time of the end of the game. There's no way. It's like 2 rounds. No chance. Not even 2 rounds, 1 round. 1.5 rounds. Yeah, there's the flank. So I'm pretty sure she was like full flank. The round of full flank, I'm pretty sure. She took a while to go mid. So she definitely full flanked. And then we end up in a 1v1. We're in a very difficult position because we can't walk through there. There's no way that she pushes onto site. Yeah. She thought you went B? That's crazy. Oh, we win those. We win those. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Oh. We kind of get a bit lucky. Once again, this is a flick. You're flicking here. we shot and aimed in the same thing. We missed the aim. This is a flick. You were very inconsistent on this flick. Then you transferred it into a spray, into a crouch spray. Just be aware that I think against better players, you don't get the chance to win this. You die on this bullet that she fires. You'll die on this bullet that she fires against better players. Just be aware that you need to be a bit more methodical with the way you aim.
Team A.
Woo!
They have seen our
Oh yeah,
power.
moving and aiming, stopping and then shooting. As I've already mentioned.
Anyone?
Guys, buy sidearms.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Don't
To
give
buy
it away.
shorties, buy things like that. All good call. That's a good call to make.
Smoke's down.
Enemy spotted.
Bro's got a bookie. He can be made with the bookie's crazy.
Enemy spotted B.
This breach is actually just he's the absolute maniac, this breach. Okay, there's 3. You spotted 3. So you could make the decision to go rotate.
Someone's B.
I think this would be a rotate.
Barrier cutting.
Okay.
Down you go.
Oh, you win this, don't you?
Loading.
Actually, I don't know.
Wait, why is Spike in spawn?
It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's in spawn.
Wait, what?
Realistically, to be fair, the bomb should probably not be there. It probably should be here. Like, realistically. And that's fine. Because you might be looking for rotation. The problem is that the rest... Why can't I go on mouse? My Epic Pen's bugged. I can't go on mouse. 1 second. Wait, I actually can't go on. Hang on. I'm stuck. Help me. I can't. I can't. Oh, there we go. Oh my god.
Spawn?
I was stuck. I'm telling him to practice to stopping and shooting, but he won't listen. Okay, well, maybe I'll listen now.
Why
It's
is
fine.
Spike in spawn?
So I'm trying not to. I was trying not
Why is
to.
Spike in
I wanted to get my mouse back, but it wasn't letting me. It was expensive. Okay, my bad. My bad. Imagine drawing an actual monitor in like Byro. Man. Yeah, it's just, the Spike's in a bit of a difficult position. Like realistically, it would be better to have the option to rotate in a lot of rounds. To be honest, we should have had this option. But realistically, the bomb should probably be here. We should probably have like 2 people mid or 3 people mid, 1 person lurking into B main, right? That should be probably the play. But yeah, bomb being in spawn is not the problem. It's kind of like the intentions of the problem. Maybe.
Reloaded.
But I mean, to be fair,
Let's
we could just
go
have the
A.
bomb on us. It's not terrible.
Healing.
Bomb should not be there.
Let's go A.
Yeah, the rotation should have been there a long time ago. I think as soon as after this flash, I think.
Enemy spotted B.
No, it's Phoenix's flash. On this flash, when Phoenix sees the Reyna and the breach, I think that's when you rotate. Because I'm pretty sure you know there's a 3rd one there.
Barrier.
Yeah, you do. The Killjoy turret.
Someone's B. Watch your eyes.
Yeah, Killjoy turret. Sorry, I missed it on the first time for some reason. I knew there were 3 people there. I knew I had to okay for the Killjoy turret as well. So you know 3 people there. Maybe Killjoy's mid, but you know that she's in proximity to the turret. So and we also got a pick in. Wait, they're all 3 are towards B.
Wait.
All 3 are towards B. Rotate. It's crazy they didn't pick up sooner. The Rain is aiming in and shooting, by the way. Enemy Rain is aiming in and spraying, and she lost. Aim in, spray, lost her. That's crazy.
Spike planted. Reloading.
That's why you don't aim in and spray. I wouldn't play this box. The only time I would ever play this box if you're playing Cypher. The reason why is because you can put a cam on the gen and you can spot people on heaven and then swing off the cam. But I wouldn't do it on Sage. We'll not play there on Sage. Yeah, okay, so this is a problem with a lot of people on post. They struggle to know where to go. On Ascent, the worst place to sit is around gen and the door in post plant. So in these areas, like this type of area, this is the worst place to sit. This area. Under Heaven's fine, Dice is maybe fine. It's a bit less good than anywhere else really. Like this sort of area is fine. Like towards main is fine. This box is fine. If first of all, if you're unnoticed in that area is better. But yeah, playing something like Cypher is usually ideal, or someone with like flash, like KO is also fine because you can pop flash this. So there are like multiple places to sit. And I think you've ended up going for the, once again, one of the worst places to go, which is like generator, like that corner kind of area. You don't really want to go there because you just tend to have worse fights when they come and retake. You tend to put yourself in a position where they can come from both angles against you, right? Because they'll break the door, then you have to look this way. They drop down heaven, you have to look this way. So you're splitting up your angles like 180 degrees, which isn't good, right? In this angle, you're going to be fighting the door players fast. In main, you're usually going to be fighting for bomb later on. In hell, you're going to be fighting the heaven players when they drop. So you're like splitting up your fights more when you play other areas. When you're playing this area, you are putting both fights like either side of you. You basically letting yourself get flanked by playing these types of areas, like Jen and this corner.
One enemy remaining.
Nice try. Honestly, the breach did well to put you so low. Yeah, once again, you just shot too quickly. Just try and make sure you've got your crosshair on the head before you start shooting. So take your time a bit. You don't have to be so rushed. And I can tell you actually, you probably feel quite rushed because the people at your elo are rushed as well, and they are shooting way too quickly than they should be. So you're English. You yourself are also feeling quite rushed because everyone's shooting way too fast. They're not taking their time to actually land the shot. So sometimes when they land those like really insane, super fast shots, it's because they got lucky and not because they're actually aiming and shooting correctly, like doing like a really good job of playing the game, basically. So I would just take your time a bit more, slow down a bit more, be a bit more controlled, and you'll definitely be better than these players. Yeah, a good try on the Killjoy as well. Like to move there is also really good. To move here because you need to move here. I think actually what you should do is you should, as soon as you start to see the Killjoy, you should move this way. Realistically, like the strafe away from the corner is good, but as soon as you see the person, you should start strafing opposite direction. I think. So I think it's better for your crosshair placement, and it also throws off theirs to go back into the corner. So you're actually helping your. She also shoots you instantly. That is crazy. But you're also 1 HP, so was in headshot. Okay then. So yeah, that's it for the VOD. Let me go on Notepad. Let me just do so. I think we'll put stopping and shooting. Stopping. No, we do moving and aiming into stopping into shooting. Warning, flashbang. That's not too bad. So these are the 3 things that I think you should focus on. I think this is number 1 priority, to be fair, moving, aiming, and shooting. And this is number 2, I think. Actually, no, it's not. It's probably, it's got a honestly, I'll be honest, they're kind of like similar priority. But what I would do is I would go into DM and try and follow. If you know who Woohoo Jin is, he's another coach. Go onto his YouTube. There is a gunfight hygiene video is what it's called. And I would go into that video and I would just follow his steps. He's very that video is probably one of the best videos for people under gold. To get used to this way of shooting. So I would watch that video. And try and follow him step by step in a DM. Because that's like the best demonstration of this. For new players or for players that haven't got the hang of it yet. On versus off angles, a lot of the time is just like I would just go into something like Valorant or a custom game and just try to identify what's an on angle, what's an off angle. The difference between the two is an on angle is what the enemy is going to be pre-aiming. That's an on angle because it's like what they're going to go for, like what they're going to be pre-aiming and shooting at. An off angle is like off of the normal angle, so they're going to not be like aiming at it, and you're going to get like people, you're going to catch people off guard if you play off angles. So just try and identify on angles versus off angles. Especially useful if you're playing something like Jet, you're playing something like Chamber. But if you're playing like in the way you were playing, you may want to identify if you're sitting on angle and maybe try and reposition slightly, or to just try and find maybe don't make that play because you're on off angle. That makes sense. Like for instance, right at the start of the VOD, right? This came from right at the start of the VOD, right? We don't really want to be sitting on these on angles as Sage. Doesn't really make much sense, right? I explained it at the time, so I won't explain it again. But yeah, This is what I'm talking about. Don't try. I would not make this play on Sage. So make sure you try and identify the on angle. If you actually want to play the on angle and why you're going to play the on angle. So say you have an operator in a situation, makes more sense. If you're against like an eco, then it makes less sense to do that though. So just try and identify like when it makes sense to play on angle and on angles and off angles. And then the look at map whilst knife out and awareness. So yeah, I think a lot of the time there was some times where we were just kind of like I don't actually remember when exactly it was, but there were times when there was one that was like rotation to B. I don't know if I can find it. Where it looked like we probably just heard the brimstone shoot, but we might have just like been looking at our map with our gun out, which isn't ideal. And also there was also a time where we had on, I think it was the first initial rotation, one of the first rotations in the game is this one. This rotation, right? We should be looking at the map and we should identify, like in this rotation with my knife out, I'm always going to be looking at my map. I'm going to identify. You even opened your map, by the way. This is open, right? I've identified that short is open. I should have my gun out a lot sooner than this because they could have enough time to walk into this point by now. So I want to have my gun out a bit here, ready to actually fight them, right? It's just about awareness and being able to make sure we look at the map when we're not able to do anything. If you can't shoot, so if you've got util out, if you've got a knife out, if you can't shoot, it's a good time to look at the map, right? Because there's no point in looking over here if you can't shoot. Simple as that, really. If you have any questions, I can answer them now. I can also answer them in Discord, general chat, DMs, anything is fine. If it's referring directly to this, if you link me like if you just tell me what timestamp it is on the VOD or on either on my stream, which I'll have access to as well, which is going to be, it should be on YouTube as soon as my thing finishes, as soon as my live finishes. You can either link me just tell me what timestamp it is on that, or tell me what timestamp it is on this video, on the actual VOD you sent me, and I can talk about that as well if you need me to talk about stuff again. That's also fine. What's your in-game username so I can look out for you my lobby? Okay, that's crazy. Imagine if I actually start playing the game. I wonder if my bot's here. Let me see if my bot. I've got more. Oh, it is here. I've got more chance of joining you in going down. Well, I'm gonna go down in ranks at this rate. So I don't even play. I think I'm Ascendant 2 currently. Yeah, Ascendant 2. Ascendant 2. Negative win rate. Oh my god. Absolutely horrendous game. But I just haven't played in so long. It's crazy. My mechanics are just gone. I'm the type of player that if I don't use my mechanics, they disappear. They completely disappear. Even like if it's a week. If it's a week, my mechanics just go downhill. I have to relearn everything again. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's been like a year, so it's going to be so doomed when I actually decide to play it. I'm actually going to play again this act as well. I think this is the act I'm going to start playing again. And I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it because I'm going to just be completely handless for like at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks, I'm just going to be handless. I'm just not going to be able to shoot back. It's going to be so bad. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, so that's it for the VOD review. As already said, if you've got any like questions and things, just DM me in Discord. DM me Discord, general chat as well is also fine. But yeah, there you go. I think that's it for the stream as well. So yeah. I hope you guys have a good evening, good weekend. And I'll be back again next week. If I have a VOD, I'll do the VOD review. Come queue with us. I'm not going to play right now. I'm not going to play right now. And also, I don't really play with viewers anyway, or students. At least not ranked. I can play normals. That's fine, but not right now. What accent do you have? I mean, it is English, but I'm not very good at the English language, I would say. I'm from like Birmingham area, but it's like Wolverhampton, so I don't even know. I don't know what my accent is, to be honest. It's very influenced by other accents as well, because I grew up watching people like XQC and stuff like that. So my accent's all over the place. My accent is everywhere and nowhere. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. I can't remember what my train of thought was now. What was he even saying? I don't remember. I remember. It's gone. It's gone. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend. I'll be back next week. That's what I was gonna say. Next week, if I don't have a VOD, I'll just play solo queue probably. It'll just be so lucky. Can I come find you IRL because I'm in Birmingham? Hold up. No. Ideally, no. No. Sorry. No viewers can come and hunt me down. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with just keeping it virtual at this point. Wait, I just realised there's a bunch of dots. Okay. Okay. I'll be back next week. I'll probably play, if I don't have a VOD, I'll play solo queue. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Doxing you, no, don't do that. No doxing. Nope. Against the law. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wait, what is... Oh, sorry, it's follow. Sorry. For a second there, I saw my Twitter. I was like, what's going on?